Hi, I'm Skip Johnson, Associate Pastor at Cannon United Methodist Church. We're back on the prayer trail. There are sounds of insects around us and some birds, and way in the distance there's some mowers that are going on the yard. It's nice down here. It's not too hot yet. But just wanted to take a moment just to be with you. There's a special need right now in our world to be agile and just nimble and able to switch your plans as they come along and they get changed. I was in a conversation last week with a friend who mentioned that right now we have to kind of resist looking back. And then she made the reference to the character of Lot's wife in Genesis. You might remember the story. Lot and his wife are fleeing Sodom as it's being destroyed. And it talks about how she stops her journey and just turns and looks back. And she turns into a pillar of salt. And since right now, if we spend our time just looking back, wishing we were back, we freeze and we can't go forward. This is really a time that we have to make sure we're kind of moving forward with the best information we can and not really just stopping and freezing ourselves and gazing back at what's behind us. I've said it before, but it really bears repeating. With anxiety, we're less creative. We're more reactive. We have difficulty thinking abstractly and really kind of imagining the future. We really have problems accessing our imagination and using it creatively to move us forward. And we also, when we're really anxious, we may tend to isolate from communication with others. Although we cannot physically be with large groups and with folk right now, we can certainly pick up the phone. We've got the amazing technological marvel of email. We got ways to connect with people, and I just encourage you to be doing that today and not allow yourself to fall into too much isolation or too much looking back at what's behind you, what didn't happen. Don't turn into a pillar of salt. Peter Stanke was a wonderful church consultant that I heard on several occasions. And he talked about churches and how to be most creative and things. And there was a quote as people were talking about Peter Stanke, who died just this last week. And as these people were discussing him and his amazing work, it was said, people excited about the same thing are the beginning of almost everything new, creative, and risky for the world. Let me say that again. People excited about the same thing are the beginning of almost everything new, creative, and risky of our world. This is certainly a time when it feels risky to really look at what's around, to carefully and thoughtfully decide, all right, how do we move forward from this place? But as other people join with us in mind, may we move into the future. Certainly, there's an energy building here at Canton United Methodist Church, and we really invite you and encourage you to be a part of it. There are others in the world right now who are in the same situation as you, but they're also like you, choosing not to look back, not to freeze, but to go forward to an open future where God is calling you. Thank you.